Hassan.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Chair and Ranking Member Wyden, for this hearing. To both of our nominees, thank you for your willingness to serve, and congratulations to you both and your families on your nomination. I'm going to start with a question to both of you. If directed by the President to take an action that would break the law, would you follow the law or follow the President's directive? Mr. Greenstein.
Senator, thank you very much for that question. It sounds like a hypothetical to me, but I don't imagine being asked to do something that would require me to not follow the law.
Are you committed to following the law?
Senator, yes.
Mr. Korb?
I will follow the law.
Thank you. Mr. Korb, I will ask you a question. You're nominated to be the Chief Counsel at the IRS, and I want to ask you a more specific question about following the law, a question that I posed to the Treasury General Counsel, who gave a disappointing and vague response. So I hope you're willing to be more clear. Would it be legal for the President to order IRS employees to audit a particular person on the basis of their political beliefs? For example, a New Hampshire business owner who said something that the President does not like.
Thank you for that question. And Senator, in all cases, I will follow the law and will advise anybody who I'm responsible for to do the same thing.
I appreciate your commitment to following the law, but I'm disappointed here because, look, federal law is clear. It is illegal for the President or a cabinet member to order an audit of a particular person. And I would expect somebody who's about to be General Counsel of the IRS to understand that law. It's Section 7217, and it's in clear language. So I want you to be clear about that. That is illegal. The law says it's illegal. If the President directed the IRS to illegally audit a particular individual or small business, would you advise the IRS Commissioner not to comply and advise IRS employees to report it to the Treasury Inspector General?
Senator, as in the prior two answers, I will always follow the law, including Section 7217.
Right. This is 26 U.S.C. 7217. Are you aware of what that law says about reports to the Inspector General?
Yes, I am. And as I said, I will follow that statutory provision.
Okay, so just so everybody is clear here, that law not only says it's illegal for the President or cabinet member to order an audit on a particular person, it also says that if an employee of the department gets such an order, they shall report it to the Inspector General. So I hope you will be very clear with that. I appreciate saying you'll follow the law, but I think you have an obligation to let people know what the law is. So you're nominated to be the top lawyer at the IRS. Are you willing to instruct employees to report such an order to the Inspector General if they are ordered by the President or a cabinet member to conduct an audit on a particular person?
Thank you, Senator. As I just said, I will advise anybody at the IRS who seeks my advice to follow the law.
And you agree that following the law means they must report it to the Inspector General? That's the clear language of the statute.
I said I will follow the law.
Feels to me like you're hedging. Let's go to Mr. Greenstein. You are nominated to oversee the Department of the Treasury's work in international financial markets, and you have extensive background working in economic policy and the financial service industry. So who pays tariffs?
Senator, thank you very much for that question. Look, on specific policies related to tariffs, I would defer you to the President's senior trade policy team. In my specific role, I will be much more focused on one of the items that President Trump called out as non-tariff, non-market practice, and that is currency devaluation and potentially manipulation.
So you have extensive experience in this area. Do Americans pay President Trump's across-the-board tariffs, yes or no?
Senator, I would defer you to the President's senior trade team. I believe the Secretary has spoken on this issue in front of this committee.
So granted staters, like constituents across the country are struggling with high costs. And I am really asking a simple question that somebody with your experience and background should have a clear understanding of, which is whether American families and businesses are actually paying the president's tariffs. So I have brought literal receipts to this committee that show, for instance, that a small business in my state is paying these tariffs. I've brought custom forms to this committee. I'm disappointed that as somebody with financial markets experience such as yourself, you are unwilling to admit what is a basic truth, which is that these tariffs are being paid by American businesses and American consumers. They are raising costs across the board. They are creating enormous uncertainty. We are seeing a contraction in the manufacturing sector as a result, and it's going to cost the manufacturing sector extraordinary sums. And I hope that there will be people in this administration who will have the courage and the candor to speak openly to the President of the United States and his senior advisors about this, because it is dragging our economy down. Thank you.
Thank you. Senator Cassidy.